Here's the answer for the day 3 Bellwork. Balance each skeleton equation by inserting coefficients. So question A, we have carbon monoxide plus iron oxide produces iron plus carbon dioxide. And there are blank spots in front of each compound to insert the coefficients. Remember that your guiding principle is that the number of atoms of each element on the left side of this arrow must be equal to the number of atoms of each element on the right side of the arrow. It doesn't matter which element you look at to begin with. So the one that I look at first may not be the way that you did the problem, but that doesn't mean that you're wrong. I notice on the left side of the arrow there are 2 Fe atoms. So on the right side I want to have 2 iron atoms as well. I put a 2 in front of that. I notice on the left side there is 1 carbon atom, and on the right side of the arrow there's also 1 carbon atom. The carbons match right now. On the left side there is 1 oxygen here and 3 oxygens here for a total of 4 oxygen atoms on the left side of this arrow. On the right side there are only 2 oxygens, so I can fix that by putting a 2 in front. The coefficient gets multiplied to the subscript to make the 4 oxygens. In doing that, I now have created 2 carbons, which messes up this out here. So to fix it, I would have to put a 2 here. But now the O's are messed up, right? Because now there are 5 oxygens on this side and only 4 on this side. So I'm discovering that this problem is not as straightforward as I first thought. As I'm thinking about these coefficients and trying different numbers, I am noticing that whatever number I put in front of this compound, I do have to put the same number in front of this compound. I'm going to erase these coefficients and try a 3 in this position, which makes 6 oxygens on the left side, and then a 3 in this position, which makes 6 oxygens on the right side. Then if I put a 2 here, that makes 2 iron atoms here, which corresponds to the 2 iron atoms on the left. Now it's balanced. When you figured out the coefficients, you might have done it faster than me. I tried numbers and discovered that they weren't working, but then I tried to look for patterns that would help me make better decisions on those coefficient numbers. I erased my false start numbers and tried different numbers. Question B, carbon plus oxygen makes carbon monoxide. Right now there's 1 carbon on the left and 2 oxygens on the left, but on the right side 1 carbon and 1 oxygen. If I put a 2 here, that gives me 2 oxygens, but also 2 carbons, which I can correct by putting a 2 here. Question C, iron chloride plus sodium hydroxide produces iron hydroxide plus sodium chloride. There's 1 iron atom here and 1 iron atom here, so those are already balanced. There are 3 chlorides here, but only 1 over here. I can put a 3 in front to fix that. When I put the 3 here, that also makes 3 sodium atoms. But right here there's only 1 sodium atom, so I need a 3 in front. As soon as I put the 3 here, that also makes 3 OHs. OH is called hydroxide. And on the right side, I notice there are 3 OHs. Now everything is balanced. Just one additional comment on problem C. When I looked at this problem, I considered the OH to go together as a hydroxide ion instead of my eye separately seeing an O and an H. The more you are able to recognize the common polyatomic ions from the page 268 chart, then the easier it will be to balance equations that have those symbols in them.